In 2011, there was an air crash in Russia that wiped out an entire hockey team. Young people in their 20s and 30s, more than 40 people died in the crash. Now, when investigators wanted to figure out what had happened, first of all, they looked at all the technical things that could go wrong. The weather was perfect, the plane was in perfect condition, the pilots were trained and very, very experienced, many hours of flying, and they couldn't figure out what had happened. And the further investigators went with their research, the more they found evidence that there was a medical problem with the co-pilot. So what happened in the incident was, when they were trying to take off, the captain, he was pulling the controls for the plane to go up, but in the same time, for some reason that investigators initially didn't know, was that the co-pilot was pressing the brakes of the airplane. When you press the brakes, the nose goes down, and for that reason they couldn't take off. So what happened, they just, as the speed increased, they went off the runway and they crashed into a forest just outside the airport, killing everyone on board. When investigators looked at the technical skills of the pilots, everything was perfect. They had all the training, the certifications, the experience. But what they discovered was that the co-pilot had a medical condition through which he couldn't feel his legs and his feet anymore. So that caused him to unconsciously press the brakes because he couldn't feel what he was doing. And they continued researching and they found out that actually many years in the making, he was falsifying documents to be able to fly because he was being treated in secret with drugs that had been banned by the aviation industry. So the root cause of this disaster was the fact that he had falsified documents and broke the laws of the aviation industry to be able to be allowed to fly. Now, in life and in the pursuit of your dreams, God says, walk before me with a pure and perfect heart. Walk before me in righteousness with a truthful heart. Because whenever there's disasters, tragedies, problems, they don't just show up. Every disaster, from conflicts between families to conflicts between countries and nations, they start with the seed. And the seed is always evil, is always deception, is never truthfulness. And whenever truth is being denied, rejected, suppressed, dismissed, rationalized away, something bad along the way is going to happen. So this is why one of the very early commands of God, that's before Jesus Christ, before even Moses gave his laws, at the very beginning of the human history, the Lord commanded Abraham, saying, walk before me in righteousness with a pure and perfect heart. So as you go in the pursuit of your dreams, I encourage you and I'm asking you to please do the same. Walk before the Lord with a pure and perfect heart, because the seed of a disaster, as in the case of this aviation incident, it wasn't the technical skills, no matter how much technical expertise the pilots could have acquired, it wasn't able to overcome the seed of the deception that started in the heart of man. So one thought to falsify documents, one thought to break the aviation laws, just to do his own thing. Over the course of the years, it didn't happen the next day, the next year, it happened throughout time. But that seed of deception grew bigger and bigger and bigger until it brought death. The seed of deception in the heart of man, on the long run, will always produce tragic consequences. So as you go in the pursuit of dreams, always walk before the Lord with a pure and perfect heart. Walk in complete nakedness before the eyes of the Lord, because God knows your heart. He knows your mind. The Bible clearly says that I am the Lord who knows the heart, and I know every thought that comes into your mind. So you cannot afford in the pursuit of your dreams to have seeds of unrighteousness, seeds of deception in your heart. If you make mistakes, just repent and come back to the right course. Righteousness is the only way to pursue your dreams in truth. Truth in the heart of hearts, truth in your mind, truth in what you say, truth in what you do. And that's the safe way to fulfill your dreams. Walk before the Lord with a pure and perfect heart, because whenever truth is being rejected, dismissed, rationalized away, a seed of a deception in the heart of man will produce disastrous consequences years and years into the future. So build everything on the foundation of Jesus Christ, because he says, I am the truth. And as that truth reigns in your heart and begins to flourish, stay in truth. Walk in truth, live in truth, walk before the Lord with a pure and perfect heart.